just hurt him.
Yeah, that works out. This was really a tale of two games. The first half, Denny Avdia.
Yo, he's a hoop. He's very good.
Blazers a 17-point lead. And then the third quarter happened, and the Blazers just stopped scoring, and the Spurs went on a run of their own. Watch this. De'Aaron Fox, he played great.
He's so good.
Boom.
Spurs an 8-0 run. Later in the third, watch this. Castle, Alley,
Fournette from the three-point line.
It's a three-point game. Spurs down 2. Look at Wemby. Spurs outscore the Blazers by 17 in the third.
It was 74-74?
Yes, we're tied up going to the fourth. That's great math. Then it's Castle throwing it up to Wemby, who had 27.
Two UConn legends, Orlovsky and Castle.
Spurs take the lead, and then it's Castle again.
Oh, my God.
Wemby again.
Can we put a body on him?
Wemby was phenomenal. Aaron Fox actually led the way with 28. Spurs become the first team ever in the playoffs to trail by at least 15 at the half and then win by more than 15. They take a 3-1 series lead. They're just the better team in this series. They outscored Portland by 38 in the second half. Second largest point differential in the second half of a playoff game ever. Wemby had 18 of his 27 in the second half, and he blocked 5 shots. More hoops later. Back on Get Up, bottom of the hour, Sixers and Celtics game 4 yesterday evening. Joel Embiid back for the 76ers. First quarter, Embiid, Allen in transition.
Yeah, he gets the dunk. He was kind of running back in transition, but that's as fast as he ran this entire game, Greeny.
He had 26 and 10 in this game, but that really does not tell the story of what they look like with him on the floor. By the way, Peyton Pritchard went nuts.
Oh, he had himself a second quarter. He went crazy. He's talking to Reggie Miller on the sideline. He hit his patented end of the first quarter buzzer beater, which we'll probably see momentarily.
Look at Tatum first.
He looks good. By the way, remember him with
Celtics,
the Achilles?
an 11-0 run, and then here's that buzzer beater. No one does this better than him ever.
The best in the league. Why would you let him even get a shot off?
Pritchard, 18 points in the first half. Celtics led by 18
That's crazy.
at the break.
Come on.
Again, no highlights of Joel Embiid as it went on. The numbers were a little empty. 3 minutes left in the third. It's Tatum again. It's Pritchard again. He had 32.
The only chance that you have to actually put yourself in this series is to play Joel Embiid. But it's much like McNutt was just saying, it was clunky. It was slow. It was lethargic. It was obvious that he wasn't in that lineup. And to say that you're going to do that against the Boston Celtics, who are going to play 9 to 10 guys, who are going to keep the game fast, keep the pace up, and then have guys in their backcourt to do what they do as far as shooting behind the three-point line, which can either put you out of a game or put you back into a game really, really fast. It just didn't work out. The two don't mix, and the Sixers took the short end of the stick last night.
Listen, in this league where we complain so much about players and availability, you cannot criticize a player for making himself available to his team in the playoffs. With that being said, why did he need to start? Why did he need to be in the starting lineup of a team that offensively was not having any problems? Their backcourt was playing fast. Bring him off the bench. Let him come in, ease his way in. Why did you have to take all the shots than anybody on the team? You haven't played in weeks. Your team did not need any of that. You know what they needed? They needed a rebound, Greeny.
Yeah.
They needed a rebound. They had 0 offensive rebounds in the first half. They were not shooting the ball well. He ruined everything, and that was not his intent.
That's why, Shump, I was asking you the question, because Alan and I were having this conversation before the show. And I get what you're saying.
It's maddening to watch.
If you're Embiid and he doesn't, if he says, I want to come back and I want to start, like, who's telling him, no, big fella, like, I know that you're our franchise and that you're here for 3 more years, but we need you to ease your way back in because we're playing better with that. Like, how do you handle that going forward now?
Well, I think Joel Embiid is such a player in this league that you have to give him the nod and start him. But I do agree with Alan, when you start to see an offense that's slowing down like that, even though it was encouraging. I know it's very encouraging to see Joel Embiid start cheering the crowd on. He was telling them, give me more, and, walking, doing his usual 1-2. That's good to see. But I would have thought it would have been alarming in the first half to sit there and say, Maxey only has 3 shots. He's not really getting going. He's not in the flow. He's not getting to different spots on the floor to make other people weapons. It kind of was pass and stand around to see what the next guy can do. They got to stay away from that if they want to have any sort of cohesion to keep this series alive.
And oh, by the way, while Peyton Pritchard was having the game of his life, Monica, Jason Tatum just continues to look ridiculously good. What are you seeing in him and them now 4 games into these playoffs?
He is, first of all, he's already been a great player in the league, but he's getting more and more confident in this calendar year with the return and less than 20 regular season games under his belt. But the double-double last night or yesterday afternoon, the three-point shooting, I mean, his ability still to lock in as a defender, he just looks more and more confident. And Greeny, we talked about this after game 1. And yes, the Sixers did win a game. But in fact, I would argue that this series has represented the extended ramp up. He's gotten better in my mind game to game. And it's not always based on the final box score, but as you watch him physically, he looks more and more like himself.
Quick on Tatum.
Well, Tatum, it's just good to see him where he is right now. And the Celtics, they're really starting to look like that team from 2 years ago that won a championship. They are a dangerous team. And I just still can't get over the Joel Embiid thing. I cannot. If you're in Philadelphia, you're not losing your mind about this. They went after him defensively. They embarrassed him. He didn't know the rotations defensively. How do you give away a playoff game like this against Boston? This series is over.
All right, we will have, let's set aside some time to get back to that because.
And Pritchard, all three combining for all 39 of the Celtics' points in the third quarter as the C's win easily 128-96, tied for the largest road playoff win in franchise history. By the way, just as we're continuing and looking forward to Game 5, they're 32-0 all-time when leading a series 3-1. Just keep that in your back pocket. Meanwhile, as for the Sixers, 0-18 all-time when trailing a series 3-1. Tatum with his 35th 30-point playoff game. Game 5 in Boston on Tuesday. The Sixers, backs against the wall. It's this or go home. We're joined by CBS Sports NBA analyst John Gonzalez in an absolute deconstruction of the Sixers by the Celtics in Game 4. They managed to pick them even with Joel Embiid returning, and I want to talk more about Embiid returning in just a minute. But while Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, let's be honest, they were both productive. They didn't even have to carry the offense in this one. I want to know what stood out to you most just in this dominating win we did see on the road for the C's.
Yeah, this is the version of the Celtics that we expected to see for much of the series. The Sixers stole a game in Game 2 on the road in Boston, and, credit to them. But the Celtics are just so much better, and we saw it tonight. You mentioned the Jays didn't even have to carry them because Peyton Pritchard went absolutely wild. He goes for 32 points, almost set a Celtics franchise record for most points coming off the bench in a playoff game, just 2 off of what Kevin McHale did back in the day. But he was also 6 of 12 from deep. And the Celtics have had a theory of the case, Kiana, for a while now, and that is they're going to take more threes and make more threes than the opposition. Some nights they don't fall, then they're gettable. Tonight they fell. They took 53 three-point attempts and made 24. The Sixers couldn't come anywhere close to that, right? They took 30 and only